guys, we're back for another Dokkan Battle video, and we have got a very, very busy night tonight. So, we just got a global data download, which I wasn't at first expecting it to have anything of any relevance, but it does. This data download confirms that the Dokkan Fest Gotenks and BUU are indeed coming next. Now, again, that was something that, I mean, anyone with, honestly, a brain was, or how do I word this? People who have been like following Dokkan for a while, like we know how they do things, right? So Gotenks and BUU, it does kind of suck the way it ends up happening, where these units who come out for Golden Week on JP, if it's a dual Dokkan festival, just get like lost in like the timeline for global. I mean, these guys came out in April, dude. It's 100 years ago. Since April, like Ultimate Gohan, STR Vegito, Gotenks, the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Angel Golden Frieza, like, LR Jiren, the entire landscape of the game has completely changed from when these two released, and they're like relics now. Like they're, Gotenks and BUU are not within the top 10 units who have come out in this year or something like that, right? Like, it's very unfortunate. That's why I really push for Global to get caught up with JP. There's certain advantages Global would then lose, but I feel as though, things like a no EZA for 4 months, or, Gotenks and BUU being 10,000 years late, same thing with like Int Gogeta and STR Janemba, it would just, I think, help things, make things go smoother. But these units are basically confirmed now to be coming. I guess, we might as well just go ahead and take a look at that. So, the tickets. We have confirmation of tickets. Again, when we talk about global advantages, it's this. But honestly, I guess we'll just skip ahead and take a look at the banners. Oh, no, well, here's the tickets right here, right? And they're valid until December 3rd. Real quick, we now know what the schedule is going to look like for global for the next several months. I think it's very, very obvious to tell the way things are going to be, right? You're going to get Gotenks and BUU. I think from Gotenks and BUU, these who are going to look at these banners, dude, looking at this now, like this banner, I felt like people, when this banner came out in April, people were like, oh, the banner sucks so bad, it's so bad. And people are saying that about the BUU banner too. And it's like, nah, I mean, Zamasu and Majin Vegeta and Broly and stuff, like, they're good. These banners suck ass, dude. This is just like, we just had the Angel Golden Frieza banner on JP, which again has got cool. Dude, if you're on Global, I know that these are ticket banners, and I almost never recommend like players to skip but there has never been a more obvious skip that shit than this. You gain nothing from summoning on these banners. I mean, here's the thing. If you need to just complete Extreme Tech, Extreme Super Battle Road for the first time, this BUU can definitely help, right? Because while 40% damage reduction doesn't mean jack diddly shit in Super Battle Road, if you stack that with like an Icarus or something like that, all of a sudden this unit is going to be untouchable, right? So, I mean, if that's why you'd want to summon, I totally understand. I doubt people would need Gotenks to beat Super in Extreme Super Battle Road. But if you need, I could definitely understand needing this BUU right here to take down Extreme Tech Super Battle Road, just because there's no unit. Extreme Tech has no units to use. So that does make sense, like, if you'd want to go for them for that. But these banners suck dick. Like, there's just no, look at this. What are you going to pull STR BUU? Congrats. What are you going to do with him, huh? I mean, yeah, Link level update, he's better, but it's like, do you want to use your stones for him, or do you want to summon for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta when he comes out? Or do you want to summon on that Angel Golden Frieza banner, which might be different on Global, but it had cooler and every damn good unit in the game's history basically on that Golden Frieza banner? Like, let me just pull it up real fast. Like we're looking at this banner. Yeah, this great, awesome banner right here. Sure, let's go ahead and take a look at what a recent banner on JP looks like. Turles is amazing, but he's definitely a skip I would recommend as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this Golden Frieza banner. So you don't want to summon on that BUU banner or this? Like, look at that. It's so ridiculous. Golden Frieza, Beerus, cooler. I think Blue Goku's kind of not in the same level as those three, but I mean, he's still good, and he's still only been on a few banners. This is strong. Like, this is the type of banner I recommend players summon on, because if you get a featured unit, you get a good unit, basically. That's always a huge W. But it's tough because, again, I always tell people to go for the discounts, man. The discounts are going to be so strong in these Gotenks and BUU banner, but I just feel like there's so much hype potentially coming. You know, we have the info that it looks like a full power Super Saiyan 4 Broly is potentially going to be a Heroes collab unit. That was in the data download on JP earlier. So, I mean, just you have to keep these in mind. Now, we got Gotenks and BUU, which is a Dokkan festival that'll take up the entirety of November. Dual Dokkan Fests always do that, and I feel like people always forget that a dual Dokkan Fest is a full month. Like, those banners sit there for, like, a full month, right? You have, like, the week or the 2 weeks of the discounts, and then they sit there for another 2 weeks. So the entirety of November is for Gotenks and BUU. I think these will probably be slid in there during November, maybe towards the start of, probably just like in November. I think all of these banners will go live. These are just like smaller banners. Like they don't have the full 12 featured units. I mean, this is Goku and Frieza with 8 featured units. There's a case to be made, maybe if you still have not pulled this unit, you know, like for the punching bag event, stuff like that, they're so ridiculously powerful. If you just look at the featured units, this is not the worst ever, but I mean, obviously I'd recommend skipping, right? Same thing with Baby Vegeta, just like these are just 8 featured unit LR banners that came out around Golden Week, in May, right? May is typically a very dead month on JP, and you know, these things were coming out during that time, right? I expect these. This is like the third featured unit the third time like Trunks and I have been featured on a banner. It's so stupid, but I expect all these banners to probably drop sometime in November, along with Gotenks and BUU. Oh yeah, here's just where I was looking for the tickets right here. Now, in the meantime, as well, after all those are going up and stuff like that. Then, of course, we're going to move into December. Now, December the last couple years has had a global first. I don't know. I feel like December is not going to have a global first this year because these three are, I would imagine, are going to take up December, right? Like, they're okay. I would say right now there's a 90% chance this is the Christmas banner right here. This banner will come out on December 24th or December 25th on Global, right? Very, very good. You have this, like, you have 4 Dokkan Fest LRs, very strong. A lot of featured units, but I mean, these are all good EZA units, right? Look how good Super 17 is, right? He literally just EZA'd on Global, like, an hour ago or whatever. Like, you know, you have so many amazing units on this banner, right? But there's a lot there. But I would expect that this will be the Christmas banner. Now, they're not going to drop this, and this is Blue Goku and Vegeta's first ever banner, so they're going to come out, again, probably towards the start of December. I imagine this banner will come out. You guys might know this is one of the worst shafted banners I have ever had. Me, Nolar, and Calc, the 3 biggest JP whales I know, all got killed by this banner. So Garesh, my boy, you better prepare yourself, because this banner was bad. It was bad to all the JP whales. So we'll see what's going to happen. But this banner will come first. Then, of course, there's this one. But then, I mean, Jiren, they're not going to separate Jiren from this stuff, right? And I think the Kale and Khalifa EZA will come out during that time. I think the God Topo and Dispo EZA will also come out during that time. Clearly, they're all going to tie this to this Tournament of Power stuff. But I see no time slot in December for a Global First this year. So perhaps a Global First would be in January. Seems like an odd time, but we'll see. I mean, again, because the schedule is all booked up. I mean, and then, you know, you got Turles, you have Angel Gold and Frieza, you have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you got the Dragon Ball Heroes stuff potentially for like January, February, and March. So, you know, I would say, by the way, I don't want to slander these two, Goku and Vegeta. They're very good. They're definitely, you could easily say, I don't know if you could make the case that they're the best unit in the game. You probably could. They could definitely look, on a given turn with proper rainbow support and stuff like that, rainbow orb support, they could look like the best unit in the game. But I've found them to be a little underwhelming if you're not really building things around them. They have to have the team built around them or focused for them in order for them to really, really look like they deserve to be one of those best units. So I don't know that I would really be like, oh, you gotta summon on this one. I don't know. I mean, you see these two? This is like the eyes of the devil right here. Like, yeah, dog, you see that, you turn away. Nah, I'm good on this banner. I think I'm gonna summon out a different... You see these two staring back at you? Hell no! I'm not summoning on this banner. So I would definitely recommend skipping there. So, I mean, basically what I'm saying, global players, save that shit. Save those stones. Blue Goku and Vegeta, Gotenks and BUU, Jiren, skip it all. Right? That's what I think. Unless they make drastic changes, like, to the BUU banner and put, like, cooler and, like, just ridiculously buff them, I would say be careful. Like, save stones. Maybe they'll shadow drop a global first in December somehow. They could. I guess they could bump Jiren into January. Maybe drop Angel Gold and Frieza at the same time and then slide in like a Tournament of Power global first or something. They definitely could, but it's weird. It's weird. I just recommend skipping as much as possible. Now, I guess, wow, 10 minutes in already. Okay, Gotenks and BUU, right? This unit, a lot of people like. I would argue this unit is almost complete fodder. I mean, you look at this. Okay. Greatly, 50% attack buff. His passive is 1 key, 100% attack, and reduces damage by 40%. You want to compare... Okay, so he came out in April. Let's take a look. If you'll excuse me, can we just take a look real fast at what Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta does? Turn 1, you can say, that's not fair to compare him to Gogeta. Why not? They aren't released that far apart. Let's take a look at what the difference between BUU and Gogeta turn 1. Oh, okay. Yeah, pretty good. Not so good. Okay, that's fine. Turn 3, he becomes ridiculous, right? Because Gotenks and BUU, they're their turn 1, their second turn, or if they're, slot 7, they immediately transform, right? Honestly, Skinny BUU ain't that impressive to me either. Like, he can do good damage. 2 key, 150% attack. It's not really that bad. I mean, he does have a good attack stat. Almost 17,000 at Rainbow is solid. But, like, this is not impressive. He has, what is this, a 40% chance to stun on his passive? Yeah, 40% chance to stun. I mean, ceiling is good. But then this, I am never a fan. You guys can go back. Anytime I'm looking at units, I'm never really that big of a fan of this. Like, a 25 or 30% chance to dodge, to me, is not that good because it's not something you can really rely upon. It's not going to happen that often. So I'm not a big fan of it. This unit is, like, almost worthless. Now, turn 6... There's meta you can use with this Gotenks and BUU, right? The way it's worded, you shouldn't be able to transform with them until turn 7, but if you get them to transform immediately on turn 3, and then you float them off on turn 3, they can then, when they come back, transform on turn 6. Turn 6 is the earliest you can get Super BUU or Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks out. Now, once you get to this guy is a dominant beast. But this is turn 6 is the earliest you could see him. So this unit is just, like, worthless. Now, yeah, he's not actually worthless, but you just compare him to other stuff that's come out around him, this BUU is nowhere on their level. Now, his leader skill is awesome, but guess what? They completely stepped on him on Global. There's a little bit of a better unit who leads Majin Power. Now, I will say this. This Exchange BUU, this leader skill is better than LR Gotenks, right? Majin Power and Artificial Life Form is better than Majin Power and Power Absorption. There's no doubt about that, right? Artificial Life Form is, like, secretly one of my favorite categories in the game. It's so good. The Link level update made it a lot better as well because you got all the BUUs, all the cells. It just works really, really well, right? And you have a lot of the 50% supports. You got Rildo, the AGL one. You got the tech one on there. And then, of course, you also have the physical one. So a lot of these units are going to look at their best on the Artificial Life Form team. But that's it. Are you going to pull that BUU just to use him as a leader? That's it. Like, the only reason you'd want BUU is your Extreme Tech team is just so piss weak. I mean, because not really much you can do about it. There's barely any good Extreme Tech units. Or you want to run that team. That's it. But then Gotenks, I mean, Gotenks is different in that his leader skill sucks ass. This is, like, by far the worst leader skill of a Dokkan Fest unit we've seen. I can't even think of one that's worse within the last, like, 3 years. Like, I guess Dokkan Fest Kid Goku is probably worse. That's the only one that comes just off the top of my head. Dokkan Fest Kid Goku is the only comparable unit that has a bad leader. Well, I don't want to say bad, but leader skill is just not comparable to some of these big Dokkan Fests, right? Now, this Gotenks I find to be 100 times better than BUU because that 40% damage reduction just leads to BUU dying. He just gets killed. He's fodder. He's completely worthless. Gotenks can defend very well. Because he has defense at the start. Oh, imagine defense at the start of turn. Crazy. He gets defense at the start of turn, then another 50% defensive increase on super attack. So if you have Gotenks in like slot 2 or 3, he'll be good. Once he goes Super Saiyan, it's GG. This guy is an animal, right? Because now he has a 70% chance of stunning along with the 50% defensive increase. He can super attack 3 times as well. You could have 3 70% chances to stun or 3 50% defensive increases. Now, some people get scared away because of this, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is just a cherry on top. This Gotenks is already amazing even before you get to all, like these, you know, he has 2 50% chances of 50% attack, 2 50% chances of 50% defense. But I would argue that's not really that important to this unit. What makes him amazing is he has like the best super attack effects like pretty much in the game. Like, well, actually it's probably Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, but you know, right, like this guy has like pretty much the best super attack effects in the game. Very, very strong. But again, his leader is fodder. Now, once you get the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks or Super BUU, again, they're both ridiculous. A lot of the times I feel like Super BUU is a bit better defensively, but Gotenks is going to do so much damage so rapidly. And both Gotenks and BUU have this greatly raising attack and defense for 3 turns. BUU doesn't have defense. I think I closed Super BUU, didn't I? Yeah, I did. The tech Super BUU doesn't have defense from his passive, but it doesn't actually matter because he gets so much defense from his super attack effect, right? This 50% for 3 turns. Then you combine that with 50% damage reduction, which doesn't seem like that big of a difference, but it is. So, and then you combine, you know, the extra additions that some of these links got, right? Like Infinite Regeneration now is giving defense. Majin is now giving a lot more defense right there. And Metamorphosis is now giving defense. So this BUU can get up to acceptable defensive levels, especially after he super attacked his previous turn. And then he's got the 50% damage reduction. Then he's able to hit very hard. He can get the extra chance to crit from his rainbow. He looks a lot better. This Gotenks he can be so crazy. I also personally think this guy has one of the best sticker effects in the game as well, which obviously is very, very nice. So basically, if you're in a super long event, Gotenks and BUU can look good. This Gotenks will kind of like wear out because he loses this 70% chance of the additional super attack for 4 turns from the start of turn when you become Super Saiyan 3. So, you know, it is sort of like, it takes a long time to get to him, and then he only lasts a little while at absolute maximum power. But, I mean, he is a dynamo when he's actually doing his attacking. So keep that in mind. A very good unit, but I would absolutely say wait for these 2 to return. That's what you do. You wait for these guys to come back. You don't chase them. That's foolishness. It's just foolishness to chase those units. Alright, so I guess I spent the whole time talking about Gotenks and BUU. And then, of course, here's the units that are on the schedule, all releasing from the World Tournament tomorrow. RIP Global Players. I'm sorry you guys have to endure one of these brutal World Tournaments. I just got done with... Dude, I can't. I don't know. I've just, you know, years of this World Tournament shit, man. It's just too much. I've been doing World Tournaments since 2016 was when I started playing Dokkan. I just can't. I can't. It's just... It's so tough. It's so tough to keep doing these World Tournaments. They gotta get us that revamp soon. Demon King Piccolo's worth it, though. Again, I just went on and on about how Extreme Tech has no good units. One reason Demon King Piccolo is so goddamn good is because he's like, I don't know, like the 3rd best Extreme Tech unit or something like that, probably. I don't know. I don't know what he actually is. Maybe in the top 5. I mean, he's good. He's just very, very good, right? Very, very solid. You're definitely going to want to get a copy of him. If you're a free-to-play player, you got to get yourself a copy of this guy because Extreme Tech, again, is just so weak. And it's not that bad. If we pull up the World Tournament right here, this at 34th World Tournament starts, again, like 21 hours or something like that? Yeah, I think 21 hours. All you have to do, I believe, is get top 150. Gets you a copy of Demon King Piccolo. If you are on Global, I do recommend just get yourself that Demon King Piccolo. I don't know what, I mean, it probably... To be 150th, dude, I don't know, maybe you got to get, like, top 50,000. Like, it's not, I don't think it's that bad. Like, get the mission, even just doing all of the missions. So, wait, no, it's just, here, let me close this. Right here. Even just getting all the missions done, right? So you get your 20 wins, you get to the Beerus tier, you get your, 30 million points? Yeah, get your 30 million points, win the 20 World Tournaments in a row, get all the missions done. just getting all the missions done probably would guarantee you 1 copy of Demon King Piccolo, I would think. Just getting all the missions done. So I do definitely recommend that. Get those missions done. The World Tournament Reward card, he's okay. He's not like a trend set or anything, but he's got an okay attack and defense. He is a Rainbow Orb Changer. He's got this chance of dodging, and then he's a movie hero category support. I'm going to tell y'all right now, this guy Dokkan awakens, and this becomes a high chance right here. And this becomes like 3 key and 30% attack and defense or something. This guy's going to be insane. But like right now, he's just solid, right? I would just say he's a solid unit for the movie hero team as a support type unit, but that's about it. This high school Gohan, I would argue, is probably one of the best free-to-play units in the game. I've used him even in several no-item runs in Extreme Super Battle Road. I believe I used him in the Majin Buu Saga Extreme category Super Battle Road, now that I think about it. Like, he's just insane, right? Like, because he's got the chance to stun, he's got attack and defense, he reduces damage by 58%, which is a huge number, and he's a support. He's so good. This guy is so nuts, man. He's so nuts. So, I mean, if they turn that Cell and then the Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyan Man, the next 2 reward cards, like, if they give them that same thing right there, that is what is so crazy along with the support type unit. I love this Gohan. Definitely try and get yourself a copy of him from that World Tournament ticket banner if you can. He's a beast. He's so good. So good. And then full power Jacky Chu, and I actually do not have this unit. He came out in March, and I've not pulled him in, any of the 3 or 4 world tournaments since then on JP, so I haven't been able to pull him. It is what it is. He's good. I like this. We need a lot more, like, Kamehameha support type units and stuff like that, but, I mean, I don't know. If you can rainbow this guy or get him a couple of dupes to make him a little bit more self-sufficient, I mean, this guy would be solid as, like, a floater on the Kamehameha team as a support type unit. He'll get his defense on super attacks. So, again, if you have him floating, he'll have a little bit of defense. He could be solid. This guy definitely could be run on the Kamehameha team, and giving all Kamehameha allies key is very important on that team because, you look at that category and you have just such a mishmash of units, right? You got all of, like, these Gohans and Gokus and Cell and BUU and Grandpa Gohan and Vegito and Gogeta. Like, it's just crazy, right? The Kamehameha team. So, ooh, man. A lot of people still think Kamehameha is, like, the best team. I mean, getting this guy added to it, whew, boy, that's certainly, wow. That's definitely an addition. That is a big-time addition to the Kamehameha team. No doubt about that. But, all right, so there we go. Let me know what you guys think. BUU and Gotenks coming next. Honestly, if I'm a global player, like, you got to start looking into the future here. And I think it's time to maybe try and save for some of these big guns. Gogeta, Frieza, stuff like that. I know people will then, like, there's always a sarcastic, well, why don't you just save for the 10th year anniversary? Shut up. No, it's not about that. It's about, like, value on these banners. The reason I'm hesitant to recommend Gotenks and BUU to players is because the featured units suck on those banners, basically. They, like, like Majin Vegeta and Goku don't suck, right? But you guys know what I'm saying. But the discounts, it's tough. It's tough. Like, I always recommend summoning for the discounts, but the featured listing is just really not that good. You just gotta, like, take things as you see it. I feel as though we could get some sort of global first within the next couple of months. I am scared of that, though, because every time they do a global first, it always leads to schedule issues for global. I wish that they, like, if they're going to do a global first, cool, but, like, actually properly plan it out. Like, that's the problem, is, like, it's like they just, like, okay, so, like, they're planning on releasing an LR Broly from the first Broly movie, right? On JP, they're going to release him in June. And they're just like, why don't we just drop him right now in December on Global? They'll love it. Christmas, right? Boom, perfect. But, like, what they do is they'll just grab that out of the JP celebration, slam it into Global, but then they don't, like, properly, like, realign the schedule afterwards. That's the issue with Global First. If they're going to do Global First, properly adjust the schedule so that things don't get completely batshit insane. Because, again, people, like, have given me pushback on saying that lately. But if you look at all the history of issues on Global, a lot of it is related to, like, Global First stuff. Like, to be released. Like, you go down the list. It's all, like, Global First issues because Akatsuki is not properly planning things out when they put in global first units. They got to start doing that, right? So we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think of this data download. And we're going to get to Gogeta celebration info on JP in like 5 hours, so I'll see you then.